Hey guys, welcome to Talking Travel with Talking Umbrella Travel, sponsored by Talking Umbrella Travel. The Talking Umbrella can take you anywhere in the world you want to go, including Disney World. Usually when we come on, we talk about the things we've done, and so this time I've invited my wife Jennifer to join me, and we're talking about a Disney cruise that we took, not the family vacation that we took in June. We had the opportunity to travel one more time this summer to take a 4-night cruise on the Disney Wish. We traveled from July 7th through July 11th. So I invited Jennifer to come in. It was just us two. We're going to talk about the cruise. We're going to talk about the things we liked, the things we didn't like. You'll also notice that the office looks a little bit different. There's lots of Funko Pops right here. Jennifer wanted me to let you know that if you want any of those, they're available for purchase. Just let me know which one you want. We're doing some rearranging in the office, some cleaning, and Abby's been doing a good job of that as well with us. So anyway, like I said, it was July 7th through July 11th. We did the Disney Wish. It was a 4-day cruise out of Port Canaveral. And as you knew, on the family cruise, we did the Disney Magic, which was one of the original Disney cruise ships. Matter of fact, it celebrated its 25th anniversary just this past week. But so that 4-day cruise was different than the one that we did for the family vacation. On the family vacation, we did Lookout Key. On this one, we did Castaway Key, which of course are both private beaches, private islands that Disney has a part of. And so on day one, Jennifer, you've got some notes there on your phone. Kind of give us an idea, remind me what we did on day one on this cruise. I really liked this cruise. There's some things we're going to talk about that we liked and didn't like, some things that we want to let you know can be an issue for your family if you're traveling, some things we want you to know you need to do while you're with your family there on the cruise. So, Jennifer, day one on the cruise, what did we do that first night?
So day one, boarding day, we got on, no problem. Our luggage was taken at the port, and we were going to see that later on in our room. Our stateroom host was going to bring that in. So we boarded. We immediately went and grabbed some lunch at Marceline Market, the buffet that they have there, which was absolutely fantastic. Then we went to our room. Now this trip we did an inside stateroom.
Right. And the reason that we did that is we wanted to do things a little bit different. When we cruise a certain way. And so we decided, because of how we were doing this cruise and kind of how last minute we did it, we were going to do things we wouldn't normally do. So we booked an inside stateroom. Normally we book a veranda, a deluxe veranda, or essentially a balcony stateroom. So this time I was very, very wary of doing an inside stateroom. I like a window. I didn't know how I would like 4 walls and no window, but tell them a little more about that.
So we did the inside stateroom. It was a Tiana theme, which we absolutely love because, you know, we love Princess and the Frog here at Talking Umbrella. But when you first entered our stateroom, there was a fold-out bed or a little mini sofa, which we kept as the sofa. But as you walked in, you saw the bed first thing, and so I believe it was a king-size bed.
Mm-hmm. And if it wasn't, it felt larger than the regular bed you feel on a Disney cruise.
Yeah. And then each side had a nightstand. And then the bathroom, typically in our staterooms, we have a split bath. One that has a toilet and sink area, and then one that is the shower and sink area.
And that can be unique just to Disney Cruise Line. Mm-hmm. A lot of folks have the bathroom that we had on the inside stateroom.
Right. So everything was in the one bathroom: the shower tub combo, the toilet, and your sink area. So that was different for us. And then also in the actual stateroom was the typical vanity area that they have on Disney Cruise.
Yeah.
We decided that for 2 people, it was plenty big enough.
Yeah.
Our family of 4 adults obviously could not fit in there. You could probably fit a small child. I think you could be comfortable in there, but definitely for 2 adults, you know, if you're looking to save money, then I would definitely recommend an inside stateroom.
Yeah. I had no issues feeling claustrophobic. I thought I would. I had no issues. We slept well. The TV is mounted in our room. It was mounted on the wall on that side of the bed, and it doesn't twist. So that's a very, very minor issue, but that was something that was unique. A lot of the staterooms on the verandas, the TV moves. In that inside stateroom, of course, it did not. We were on the 9th deck. We were towards the back of the ship. If you've ever traveled with us, you know we prefer the back of the ship. I don't have a good reason why, other than I like the back of the mid to back of the ship. We were 2 decks up from any of the main deck where the pools were, where the restaurants were, things like that. So, Dave, where did we eat the first night?
So first night, our dining was at World of Marvel.
Right.
You want to talk about
Sure. What's that?
just about that experience?
So yeah, World of Marvel is what the experience restaurant on the Wish. I'm a Marvel fan, but I'm not the biggest fan of the Marvel restaurant. The food is great, the show's okay. Also, we chose to do. You have 2 dining times. You have a 5:45 dining time where you go to your dinner, and then you go to the Broadway style show that night at what time? 7:30. Anyway, it's after your dinner.
Yes.
Or
8.
you can flip it, and you can do the show first, and then do your dining at
8:30.
8:30. We've always been a dinner and then show folks. This time we decided to do it opposite just to see if we liked it. It was different for us. If you know us, we're early eaters in our day. People call us old folks because of that. But I like having dinner and then going to the show. Does it work for people? Absolutely. And people love it. We prefer 5:45 dinner and then the show. However, I could see doing, what was it, 6:30 show and 8:30 dinner. So it makes you, with the later show, you feel like you have more free time to go see the live music, to go on deck, do some of the parties, do some of the trivia, whatever you want to do. So, but Marvel it's not our favorite restaurant on the Disney ships. Give me Animator's Palette. Matter of fact, give me Animator's Palette on the Magic. It's fantastic.
Yes.
It really
My
is good.
favorite
Yeah.
Animator's Palette.
If you've watched any of our channel, you'll see there's a video there of them bringing essentially Fantasmic to Animator's Palette. Is fantastic. But that was day 1. What about day 2?
Well, one thing we didn't talk about on day 1, the show that night was called Seize the Day, SEAS. And so it follows Captain Minnie at the helm of the ship, and she is helping Goofy kind of gain some confidence and learn some lessons. And in that show, kind of just a barrage of Disney characters appear to help Goofy through his journey. And so
Right.
that was a really fun night and fun way, or fun show to start the trip with.
Absolutely, it was great. It was a great first night for us on this class of ship. Your buffet for breakfast and for lunch is called Marceline Market. On the others, there's cabanas, and so there's just each of them, but they're all essentially a buffet that's always putting out food at breakfast and at lunch. So what about day 2?
Well, and so in that same vein, you can also eat at sit-down restaurants, which we did that a lot more, I think, this time than we usually do. We usually just hurry through the buffet, but they designate, I think, one at each meal time to be a sit-down breakfast or sit-down lunch restaurant. So that was nice to do, just to kind of take a break from the day to sit down and eat something different than we normally would.
I like also the fact that you're being served. You're not having to go up and get food from one of the buffet stalls. You're literally being served food. You're picking from a menu, and it just keeps that level of service going. So now talk about day 2.
Okay, so day 2 was our day at sea. If you know us, and especially you know Jeremy, he loves some trivia. Trivia champion, just ask him, he'll tell you all about it. So we participated in several different kinds of trivia: general knowledge, Disney trivia, Haunted Mansion trivia, Muppets trivia, and there were some different ones than what we had done before, so that was really exciting. Our dinner that night was at Arendelle, which had the Frozen dinner show with live singers. They brought in Sven, Anna, Elsa, and did their show, and then came around to the tables throughout the restaurant.
Fantastic. And just as we're in this spot, just a moment to talk about our serving team. So Disney does what's called rotational dining. And so you are assigned a different restaurant every night, and you rotate around. So we did Marvel, then we did Arendelle. The next night was going to be Pirate Night, but we did that at Arendelle again. Then the final night we did it in 1923. But our serving team followed us all the way around. And they, not just our serving team, Disney's cruise line level of service teams. You have a lead server, you have your server, and you have your assistant server, and you deal with them, and they are become part of your cruise, and it's fantastic. And I don't want to get too deep into it, but ours was the best. We had a recommendation from a previous cruiser that we should try and request this lead server and his serving team, and it was fantastic. And so the Arendelle show was great. The live music was great. I'll tell you, on our cruise, a party broke out amongst the servers. At the end of the night, they were dancing. Our server got in the middle of it. It was fantastic. Check out our video for more about that. All right, what about day 3?
That night was also the Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid, yes.
Was the Broadway show, and that excellent as well. Day 3 was the Nassau day. We chose to stay on the ship rather than go out into Nassau. There weren't any excursions that we were interested in, but we stayed on the ship. We spent time riding the Aquamouse, the roller coaster at sea that also has video cartoons, Mickey Mouse cartoons that are playing as you go through. Typically, there's a long line for it because lots of people had gotten off at Nassau. I think we rode it 4 times in a row with like maybe a 5-minute wait. Yeah. It was fantastic.
It's a great ride. It's Disney Imagineers put in live video of Mickey and Minnie as you're going through experiences. Also, each day the videos change. So we had an under the sea option. There's a snowy mountain one. There's like an Indiana Jones theme. The ride stays the same, but the videos change on the inside. A key for that is on that Nassau day. First of all, yes, lots of folks are getting off to go into their excursions, and if you are into that, we definitely encourage you to do that. But man, I like being in that Disney bubble. Also, going earlier in the early afternoon. We went, I think, around 11 o'clock, right before lunch.
11.
And we just rode again and again and again and again. So, opportunity to enjoy the ship. Day at sea, things can kind of be crowded, whatever day your day at sea is. But your Nassau day, you tend to have an opportunity to explore the ship a little bit more if you want to spend time there. If you want to do your excursions, if you want to leave the ship, absolutely go do that. But if you don't, and you want to experience what it can be like a little less crowded and ride that Aquamouse and all those things, I definitely encourage you to do that.
So Jeremy mentioned before that this night was the pirate night. So there was no stage show. However, they were showing the new release movie Elio
from Pixar,
in the theater. And so we went to that, and then we went to our dinner. It was at Arendelle again, but it was a pirate theme menu. And
pirate theme, yeah.
If you know us, you know our favorite thing on pirate night is the crab cakes. So if you decide to do a Disney cruise, we highly recommend the crab cakes.
Have 1 or 12 of the crab cakes. It'll be great. Also, mentioning Elio in the main Walt Disney Theater, the difference about Disney is you get to watch movies at sea in their other theater, Buena Vista Theater, or whatever it's called on your ship, and whatever movies in the Disney family are playing in theaters back in your theater at home is also playing there on the Disney ship. So we've seen all kind of first run movies. It just so happened we got to see Elio on the big screen in the Walt Disney Theater. And if you haven't seen Elio yet, go see Elio. It's a great movie.
Cute.
All right, so that was Pirate Night. Pirate Night is unique to Disney. There's 2 pirate shows on this ship at least. There's a before the sun goes down kind of situation where a villain comes to take over and Captain Minnie saves the day. And then after everything is over for the night, it's time for fireworks at sea. Unique to Disney, unique to your Disney Cruise Line. It's not just 1 or 2 fireworks. It is a professionally done fireworks show to music on that night, that pirate night at sea. So fireworks at sea, one of my favorite things to see. There's a pirate show happening on the main stage. If you're not about the pirate show and you want to just stay in the adult area and get on the side where the fireworks shoot, you'll see some great fireworks and have a great view with it not being as crowded. Everybody wants to watch the pirate show and then turn and watch the fireworks. If you go ahead and are not wanting the pirate show, you can see fireworks. And so great opportunity there for you to go, especially as the adults in the group, to watch that fireworks show.
And I do know, I never knew this until I sailed Disney. You think about fireworks, oh my goodness, fireworks in the ocean and the marine life. All of Disney's fireworks that they shoot up from the cruise ship are biodegradable. They are marine life safe. I'm not sure the exact word, but they absolutely are. So if you have any concerns about that, it's absolutely safe.
Thinking of everything. Also, while I'm thinking about this, Disney also is really pushing the Magic Band Plus. Currently, if you go to Disney World or Disneyland, they're pushing Magic Band Plus. It's the third inclination of what Magic Bands are. The Disney Cruise Line one looks like this. This interacts with, not only does it let you open your stateroom door, not only can you make charges with it, but it also interacts with things on the ship. which doesn't sound that cute, but I'm telling you, when you're sitting there and a red firework goes off and you look on your wrist and your magic band is lighting up red, I don't care who you are, that's pretty magical. It buzzes when you get near important things. They use Magic Band Plus now on the ship. Matter of fact, usually they would give you they call it a key card, not key to the world, key card. Now that they don't really give you that anymore on some of these ships, they want you to use the Magic Band Plus if you're willing. If you don't want to use the Magic Band Plus, they'll still provide you these key cards at guest services. But if you have a Magic Band Plus from your other Disney trips that, of course, you booked with Talking Umbrella Travel, you can use these on the ship, but only Magic Band Plus. All right, so finally, final day.
Day 4 was our Castaway Key Day. Since it was just the two of us, we bypassed the family beach and took the tram to the adult beach,
Serenity Bay.
Yes, it's fantastic. It's beautiful. It was not crowded in the least. We picked 2 chairs a little ways down the beach, sat there, soaked in some sun. We brought some other chairs down to the edge of the water. You could sit there for a little bit. We walked out. There was a gentleman looking for shells. He found a huge conch shell. Huge.
He put it back where he found it, by the way.
He absolutely did.
But he had found some shark teeth in the water just because he was from that area and from Florida, and he just loves doing that. So the tide had kind of gone out a little bit that day at the time that we were there. We've been on the adult beach at Lookout Key and Castaway. If you're an adult on a Disney cruise, I definitely recommend you go and experience the adult side, because while I love Disney and I love the family atmosphere that it brings, it's nice to have adult areas on the cruise ships and on the island. They're on Serenity Bay and on Lookout, but specifically for this cruise, Serenity Bay, there's a buffet just for you there in that area, with ice cream, with fresh fruit, with ribs, with chicken, with hamburgers, little ribeye steaks, all kind of great opportunities there. They even have staff members there to make sure that the birds, the seagulls, stay away from your food. They're literally, their job is like bird detail, and they rotate through, and one of the stops is bird detail. But definitely check out Serenity Bay. Also, while we were there, we noticed they're building some brand new cabanas, the Mickey and Minnie cabanas, correct? Yes. That's the name of them. They're opening in December. So if you go to Castaway, I know a lot of people want those cabanas, and they go so quick with the Pearl, Platinum, and Gold Castaway members that silver and new cruisers don't get a chance. Disney's upping their game with those cabanas. We're talking ceiling fans. We're talking a hammock. We're talking soft drinks in the fridge. We're talking fresh fruit. We're talking snacks. What else did we see? All the good things right there in that cabana for you. Now they are pricey, but I'm just telling you, if it's in your budget, it's worth getting one of those cabanas. And when you book your cruise with us, we'll help you find one of those as well in the early booking window if you are one of those Castaway Club members. But I do believe increasing the number of cabanas is going to help. All right. Sure. What else?
Okay, so we left Castaway, and we had dinner that night at 1923. I think that's our favorite restaurant.
Absolutely. So it's actually 2 restaurants on the main deck, on deck 4, and there's a Roy Disney side, and then there is a Walt Disney side. Our last cruise on the Wish 2 years ago, we had done the Roy Disney, and this year we got assigned the Walt Disney. It's the same restaurant essentially, but the Imagineers and the animators have decorated this restaurant. I was showing Jennifer the maquettes that they use to show them how to draw a certain character. There was original artwork. There was props from the movies. And then the elegance of the fine dining is in that restaurant. And there's the fun of the Marvel restaurant. There's the sing-along idea of Arendelle. But if you really want that, man, this is a cruise liner. This is elegance. The Roy Disney and Walt Disney's in 1923 are amazing. Don't forget, you also have your specialty dining. You have Palo on this ship. You have Enchante as well on this ship. That is a level above all of this. They're not included in the rotation. They're also not included in the price of your cruise. But I want to say, I think Palo is like $50 a person. Yeah. And Enchante is a little bit more. But we had some family that did that on our cruise 2 years ago, and they loved it. So,
yeah.
Go ahead.
That was fantastic. The show that night was Aladdin. I think that was by far our favorite show.
Absolutely.
The music was great. Yeah. Comedy, all The live entertainment on this cruise, I think we participated in more of that than
Yes.
we had before. Just
Yeah.
going to the different lounges and listening to little quartets or solo piano, instrumental
Yeah.
music. Just really fantastic.
Everybody that is worried about booking a Disney cruise and is it going to be too kid friendly, if you don't want to be in that situation where you're around a bunch of kids, you don't have to be. No, there's no casino. I get that. There is bingo though. There's an aspect of a Disney cruise line. We don't travel on Disney cruise lines because of the kid aspect. We used to when our kids were little. We travel on Disney because of the level of service. A lot of people complain about sometimes they don't feel that level of service at Disney World or Disneyland. I'm here to tell you that on Disney Cruise Line, that old school level of Disney service and just Disney entertainment is alive and well across these Disney cruise ships. Was there anything else on the different days?
On the last night, they do something in the atrium area. The huge chandelier in there, it's like a wishing star. And so there was just a special little event where you could help light the wishing star for the last night. And so tons of cruisers gathered in that area. And they also brought down several different princesses and other characters, Captain Mickey and Minnie. And you had 10 to 15 minutes just to hop in a line and do a meet and greet real quick before you lit the wishing star.
Right.
And so that was just sweet and
We
special.
happened to be standing in a spot and we turned because the little program was over and they were getting a line ready for you to meet Tiana right there behind us. It was kind of
meant to be.
meant to be. That's right. So that was the Disney cruise. That was what we went on. Again, that was July 7th through the 11th on the Disney Wish. There are some things about Disney cruises and this specific cruise in general that we do want to let you know about. Some secret hints and some things that you really may want to really lean in and listen to these. I had Jennifer make a little list for us. What are some of those things on the list that we talked about?
So Jeremy loves his sweet shop. He likes to go get some ice cream, some
Gelato, ice cream, macarons,
all the
cupcakes, all the things.
And so that's really good. However, that is not included in the price of your cruise either. So just be aware of that, as well as I love my coffee. So the little specialty coffees are not included either. And I
Right.
really love when you get a hot coffee and they can use their little digital computer and print a Disney character on top of your phone.
It's
That's just fun.
It's worth the extra couple of dollars for your specialty. Cafe Mocha Hot and Cafe Mocha Cold are delicious on the Disney cruise. Definitely check those out. And then, yes, as she mentioned, they can print in the foam for you. You can request a certain character if they have it, or they'll surprise you with a random character. Also, the sweet shop on this cruise was based on Inside Out. And so they had just all these amazing things that they create in-house. And they also have a very, very small section of snacks that are from the Disney parks. So if you like those Disney park snacks, they have those there just in a small section as well. What else is on your list?
Let's see. So we talked about how we had the early show and late dining. With that, it wasn't our favorite. However, one advantage was a late disembarkation time. Normally, when our schedule is flipped and we have the early dining, we have to be off the ship by like 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Not a morning person.
That is early.
Not a morning person.
So with the late dining time, we were able to sleep in a little bit, and we didn't have to be off until about 8 or 8:30. So that was a plus.
That's a plus that I wasn't prepared for, and I'm glad we had that. It was nice it was very nice to sleep in, and we had a different character on our luggage tag for the first time ever.
Ladies, if you if you have heated hair tools that you like, a straight iron, a curling iron, anything, you need to go on the Disney Cruise Line website and check and see what is the maximum voltage or wattage allowed on the cruise, because I brought my flat iron that I must have because of my frizzy hair, and I was not able to use it. They provide a hair dryer in your stateroom for you. However, I guess I had too much wattage on this flat iron and it would not work. So my hair went up in a clip most of the time. So I am looking into a either battery powered or rechargeable, like USB flat iron, just so that I am safe the next time we cruise.
We asked our stateroom host Craig on this cruise. We were just asking about, because we had just sailed on the Magic
And it worked.
and had no issues. But thinking back, she had issues on the Wish the last time we went 2 years ago. And Craig said that the Wonder and the Magic still have the old style voltage, and so you can use whatever you need to, hair dryer, flat iron, all those things. The new ships have some limiters on those plugs, and so they don't always allow every type of device. So you definitely want to check the wattage of your appliance, of your, what do you call those things? Flat iron, hair tool, to make sure that it works for you. What else was on your list? That was a big deal for her, by the way.
Yes.
Big deal.
They do have laundry services on the ship.
Yes.
You may not need to like wash a whole load of clothes, but it was nice for us. Like our bathing suits were wet and they weren't going to be dry in time for us to pack. So we went to the laundry service on deck 8. You use your room key or your magic band, and I think it's $3.50 to just throw a load in the dryer, or same thing for the wash. And in the cruise line app, it'll notify you when it's ready. Yeah. So that was really nice as well.
You would start it with your credits. Again, you charge them to your stateroom, and you would walk off and it would say washer has started or dryer has started. Mm-hmm. And as soon as it was done, it would say dryer number whatever, washer number whatever is finished. Please take out your clothes. Fantastic.
Yeah. Room service.
Use it.
Yes, please use it. We had no idea until we cruised on the Magic this summer, that we like to start our day with coffee. If you want them to just bring you some coffee while you're getting ready before you even go to breakfast, they can do that. You fill out a little paper that's in your room the night before, hang it on your door, and in the morning they'll come. You choose your time too. And they're usually within 15 minutes or so of the time that you select. It was
fantastic.
Really nice.
It's our new favorite thing. You can also, they'll bring you breakfast. One morning I checked off a fruit bowl, and I'm not saying you should do this. I'm saying I did this once. I said, fruit bowl, please. And then at the bottom I put only pineapple. And so the guy that brought the food that morning said, I found your note. I brought you just pineapple. The rest of the time I got just a fruit bowl, but the first night, thank you, Scott, I got the correct, just the pineapple.
Let's see. I'm looking at the rest of my notes. I think we've hit pretty much everything. They do have a drink of the day every day, alcoholic and non-alcoholic. So that was nice for us. I don't remember the name of the one that we tried on the island.
Bahama something.
But it was very good. Yeah. So I'm sure
they're always tasty. Offering those to you. Those, again, it's an added cost to your cruise. What I have figured out about Disney is if you just go with what you paid for, you're going to have a fantastic time. If you want to splurge a little bit here and there, you can do that. Now, the last thing that I want to remind you about is tipping. When you get on the cruise, you are going to be tipping at the end of your cruise, but you also have the opportunity to pay for your tips ahead of time. You can have your travel agent purchase those tips ahead of time, or at the end of the cruise, they'll charge them to your folio. You are always welcome to over and above, if you got fantastic service, tip your waiter, your servers. I think the night before the last night of your cruise, you get a piece of paper. It's got strips. It tells you you're tipping the server this much. It's a very minimum amount. And then you slide that into an envelope, and you can also add more cash to that as well. Also, you would always want to tip your room service as well. Typically, when I go on a Disney cruise, I will bring about $30 in extra cash ones, just to make sure that I have that to pay to tip servers. Really anybody that's doing an exceptional service.
Stateroom host.
It's very hard to find someone not doing exceptional service. So, anything else?
I think that was it. I highly recommend adult-only cruises. We had a great time. I loved getting away. Yeah. Again.
Well, if you want to have Talking Umbrella Travel help you go anywhere in the world, including Disney World or a Disney cruise or Universal or Sandals or Disneyland. Did I miss anywhere?
I think that's all.
Princess Cruises, Royal Caribbean Cruises, any of those. We would love to help you. You just email us at talkingumbrella.travel@gmail.com. You can also go to talkingumbrella.com. Got it. And you can fill out a contact form and have us price any type of cruise you want. Our services are complimentary to you. As long as you book with us, we love to help you make all of your million memories come true. Also, don't forget, coming up in 2026, our next family vacation happening towards the end of May into June, we are headed to Disneyland. Why can't I give you exact dates yet? Because Disneyland is not open yet for booking for 2026. But as soon as it is, you'll see that we are inviting everybody, friends and family alike, to travel with us to amazing Disneyland. We're going to be staying on and around property, a couple of extra special trips pushed in there for us because it is the 70th anniversary of the original park that Walt built. Well, from Jennifer and Jeremy from Talking Umbrella Travel, I hope that you have a magical day, and we look forward to booking your next vacation. Thanks again.